Welcome to class once again, everyone. I am happy to have you here. My name is Mayowa Deote. I am known in the online space as Website Chic. Later on in today's class, I will tell you more about me. But before we start, I would like to tell you about this couples counselor who made $0 in 2 years. We will be using a real life story, a real life case study for today's class. And I use a story as a case study in teaching because it is just so practical and it helps me break down the principles that I want you to understand as you start this journey, as you build a thriving coaching career. I want you to see, and I will be using other people's example to telling a lot of stories in class today, even as we do this work, because I want you to see how real it is when you get certain things right as you in your foundation years. When you get certain things right, it is really, really easy, to scale your coaching business. And this particular person that I will be saying a lot about in today's class had been trying to express as a couples counselor, you know, for about 2 years, doing everything that she was taught to do. She bought several courses, did this, did that, but she could not get any traction for about 2 years until she performed the activities, the exercises that you will be going through in class with me today was the same thing that she did. And in 3 days, she generated $800. The same person that could not do anything for 2 years. It was just that shift that she needed, and everything changed for her. And of course, since then, she had started building a coaching business. So once again, I want to say to everyone here that I hope you are well balanced wherever you're sitting right now. You're in your study, you're by your desk, you have your workbook ready for you to dig in with me. We will get in pretty soon. If you are here in this class with me, chances are 100% of the people in class with me today are very smart. You're very smart people, but for some reason you find yourself stuck in analysis paralysis. So you analyze, 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 and then you find out that you're not moving, you're not able to do a lot of things because you just have so many things, vying for your attention in terms of maybe you are a perfectionist or you have too many ideas. But when you are in your industry, you see other successful coaches. And you even see that you have more expertise. When it comes to expertise, you are an expert. And these people, are probably still holding a torch. They are not even near the kind of expertise that you have. But you see them doing a lot and you are wondering, why am I not able to take action and do the things that I am supposed to do? Or you have more experience because again, experience is different from expertise. You have gathered a lot of experience. It could be in your professional work, it could be in real life issues, maybe because of your age or because of the time you have spent in a particular industry or in a particular situation. You have gathered experiences that people will pay for, and you have been given this experience. You've been giving it out through advices, through teaching, but you're not getting paid for it. And yet you see other people with less experience doing a lot with it. And again, you wonder, why? What exactly is happening? Why am I not able to move from here? Or why am I doing everything that I think I'm supposed to do, but I'm not seeing results? For some people here, you have like 5 first degree, 3 second degrees, you have certifications here, certifications there. You alone, you carry your qualifications are like this, but still you're not able to. In today's class, the exercises that we will perform will clear away all the cobweb, all the paralysis, everything holding you. Today's exercise will clear it away. because your knowledge, you can use it to make impact and you can use it to make money as long as you desire to. Now, Banire, our case study for today, just like I said, used to be a couples counselor in it for 2 years. She used today's workbook and pivoted. Now, for a lot of you, your own will not be to pivot. You will just find a better positioning. You will find a better way to uniquely position what you are currently doing. For some people, it will be that all the several ideas that you have in your head, you will just have clarity and you will know which one you should start working on and the kind of positioning you should give to it. But again, expect to get a lot of clarity from today's class because I have taken thousands of people through this class, through this specific, thousands of people through this specific class, and the feedback has always been great. So again, please open up your mind. I will ask you to do some things that looks like child's play. I will ask you to fill some things in your workbook that will take you back to maybe high school, or you feel like as if you are in kindergarten and you will wonder, what is this? Why is she asking me to write this? This looks too simple. But I promise you, you just need to ride with me on this journey because midway you will understand why you had to answer those questions that we started with. Because the way the workbook works is that we build. So we start from the very foundation and then we start building on it. So please stay with me. And again, my name is Mayowa Adeote. I run a digital marketing agency here in Nigeria. And what I will be teaching you here today is the specificity secrets that built my $2 million agency. I have worked with the who and who in both in this industry and the diaspora. For 10 years, I have been helping clients make millions using one principle, even though my agency is 9 years, but I've been doing this just about 1 year while I was still in 9 to 5, before I left to start my own. And of course, I have about 20 years of career experience in the IT industry, first as a programmer and then as a project manager, and then professional consultancy. Now, what I have gathered over the years, launching in over 20 distinct industries. And when I say launching, I mean launching digital products, launching coaching programs, for coaches. What I have learned is that the more specific your positioning is, the higher your profits. This is not something that I learned from YouTube or something that I learned online or something that I learned from a coach. This is not to say learning is not good. I have a coach. I learn. So you are all here to learn also. So I am not saying that you shouldn't learn. What I am saying is the thing that will distinguish what I teach you here today comes from millions of data points that I have gathered over the years, over successful and failed launches. I have seen what makes successful launches and what makes failed launches. And I see that the one thing that stands true across any industry that you may belong to is this specificity secret that we will be, we will be, working on over the next 90 minutes in class today. It is the same one that Banire used to generate $800 in 3 days. It is the same one that Udrak, a former student, used. She struggled for several years before she got that secret, launched, and had 38 students in her first launch. It is the same secret that Yvette, a baker, used and generated 3,500 in her very first launch, when she was still, very, very new, very fresh, doesn't know what she's doing so much. It's the same secret that Omowumi, a 60-year-old school owner, used to get 14 students on her very first launch. Sifawu, a confused expert who is always talking about ITM, tech today, investments tomorrow, marriage next day. You know, she's always dabbling here and there until she got the secret, and now she generates over $3,000 monthly from selling of a digital product. It is the same thing that Dr. Simeon, a medical doctor and psychologist, that had been trying to help people for 20 years that he couldn't do. Is the same thing he used and was able to establish 2 different businesses just because he got that clarity. So again, please settle down as we start and go into our workbook shortly. Now, after training over 5,000 students, I know that there are 3 things that separate confused experts from confident coaches that are making thousands of dollars on a regular basis. And I call it the Expert2Coach triangle. You see this triangle model? You see these 3 things in the green box. Clarity, being able to identify what your most profitable product is. That's the first thing that we turn an expert to a profitable coach. It is being able to identify the best product. A lot of people struggle with this. The second thing is being able to create an offer with the right messaging so that you can generate quality leads and quality inquiries on a daily basis. Because again, this is what will help you bring these people in so that you can impact your knowledge and you can make income from it. And of course, the third thing is the ability to convert these leads using your offer to convert them to sales. And then you make your first 10 sales, your first 20 sales, your first 50 sales, your first 100 sales, you know, and then you continue to rack up first 100, first 500, first 1,000, like that, because every day it feels new to you when you break a new milestone. These 3 things is what Expert2Coach is about. Now, there are obstacles that hold you from having these 3 things because I kid you not, when you understand these 3 things, you have the foundation you need. All you now need to do is to start building your, start putting blocks on blocks on blocks to build your skyscraper. But it will be very difficult to build that skyscraper when you still have many conflicting ideas or you don't even have any idea yet. Nothing has solidified because you just know that you have a lot of experience and with all of this experience I've gathered, I should be able to take something out of it. Maybe that is you. It will be difficult to build that thing that you want to build when you still have many conflicting ideas, or the idea you have right now, you are not even sure about it because you're doing so much and you're not seeing any results for it. Or you don't know how to present properly so that people will hear you and you can generate quality leads. That may be what is holding you back. Or you are even trying and you are generating leads, but for some reason they are not turning to sales and you don't know what you're doing wrong. In today's class, number 1 will be sorted. You will get clarity because again, remember that I invited you all here to test day 1 of Expert2Coach for free so that you will get this foundation. And I promise to put my all in it even as we go into it. So as we go into it right now, what we will be doing is we want to audit what we call your authority formula. We'll audit your passion, audit your skills, we'll audit your excellence. And then we will now apply what I call my 5-level niche method on the result of that audit. But the first thing we will do is we will go through that audit. When we are done with the audit, we will now apply the 5-level method on it. And that is when you will get your unique positioning, which is what number one, clarity, does for you. And that is the result for today's class. That is my promise for you in today's class. It is the same thing. This is Yvette. It is the same thing that she used. From saying, I am a baking coach who helps bakers create vegetarian cakes. Now, hear me. It does not matter whether you're a corporate executive or you are an artisan or you are a businesswoman or you are a pastor. Anywhere you have gathered knowledge, you've gathered experience, all you need is to have a unique positioning. Yvette tried for 4 years to sell this knowledge to people. She knows that this knowledge is important. Bakers don't see it, that they need it, because every time she tries to say, oh, let me teach you how to bake vegetarian cakes, people say, why would I pay you for that? When I can just go to YouTube and learn it. She does not have a unique positioning. She didn't understand how to use a demonstrated excellence and apply the 5-level niche method on it. So she was struggling to sound cohesive online. And when people even hear her, they don't believe her or they don't take it serious. Until she went through the exercise that we will do in class today, and her positioning changed to, I help small bakery owners increase profit margins by 40% using my plant-based cost revolution system. We will come back here where I will show you how she moved from I help people to bake vegetarian to I teach you how to bake vegetarian cakes to I teach you how to make profits of at least 40% using my plant-based cost revolution system, because it was this switch she had to do, and she registered 60 students in her very first launch. It is this specificity method that eliminated all her competition and created a premium positioning for her. Now, before we go into the exercise 1 into this class, and again, you will see me bring up my timer when we start working on the diagnostic workbook, because, while I'm trying to explain, I want to be conscious of time, so I don't want to use too much time. So I will time myself so that we don't spend too much time on each question. But before we start, I would like you to answer this question. What would success look like for you at the end of, there's a reason you came into this class. You saw, those videos of me that you watched and you registered for this program to be here today. So if the workbook helps you to get clear on your niche positioning today, what will success look like for you? Can you tell me, please? Tell me in the comments. Tell me in the chat. I would like to hear what it will mean for you. What does success look like for you at the end of today's class? Or should I put it in another way? Why did you come to today's class? Please tell me in the comments. You will be happy and relieved. Breakthrough. Okay, good. Good. Clarity of my offer. Nice. I like that. What exactly are you looking forward to in today's class? What's that thing that you want to know that will make you relieved, that will make you happy or thrilled? Freedom to take care of my kids and provide for them. Amazing. That is an end result of you knowing what you can put out there that you have, that you can start making income from. You can get paid properly for your expertise, financial breakthrough, skill clarity. Good. Now let's go. We are about to go into the workbook. So I want to believe you have your workbook. Good. You have your workbook. This is a workbook. If you have your workbook with you, please let me know. Let me know if you have your workbook with you. Let me know. Alrighty. So for those that, if you do not, you have this link. There's a link we've been sharing. You can just, when you open it on that link, you can come here where it says file and you click on make a copy. When you make a copy, you would have duplicated it for yourself. So that copy that you duplicate, you will be able to edit on your own. This one, the direct link, you won't be able to edit, but when you make a copy, you'll be able to edit it directly. So you can try that. The link has been shared in the group. If you are in the group, you will have it. If not, if you've been, just receiving emails, you also have a copy of the workbook sent to your email. So please check it out. Now let's go to our workbook. Now, this workbook is designed for you to be totally honest with yourself. There is something that one of my mentors would always say, which is to thyself be true. So this is not between you and me or anybody in this class. It is between you and your notepad, as you write. So try as much as possible to be very, thorough. Think deeply, because this is a thinking class. You will think in today's class. So think deeply as we start working on this workbook. Now, what this workbook will do for you is that it will reveal the gap between what you know right now and what you can execute. It will show you specifically where your positioning breaks down. We will now diagnose why you have not launched yet or why you have not started anything if you haven't, and it will create the clarity that will make your next step obvious for you. Now, what will this workbook will not do? Because this class is about clarity. It will not give you false confidence through completion that this is everything that you need, to start everything. No, but it is the clarity you need to start. Because again, a lot of us, why we have not done anything is because we have not started, or we don't have that understanding yet of how to position so that we can start. It will not allow you to skip the uncomfortable self-assessment, because some part of it, you will find it uncomfortable because you will dig deep into areas that you've probably not gone to before. Again, what today's exercise will do is give you clarity. There are other things that you still need to be able to launch properly. Now, let's go to the exercise 1. Let's go to exercise 1 quickly. And what you want to do here is you want to write down 3 to 5 things that you're genuinely passionate about. What do you love? I hope you've started writing. We've started our workshop. We've started the workshop, so I hope you're writing, you're working. And please, guys, if you can put on your video, please do. I like it. This is the reason I use, this Zoom where I can see people. So if you can put on your video, thank you, Dr. Michael. Yes, thank you, Mo Daniel. So put on your video so that, this can be a bit more intimate. It's a small class, so we should be able to do all of, this together. All right. Thank you, Apostle, for putting on your video. So write down your passions and what are the things that you find it really easy to do just because you love it. Even when you're tired, if you are sleeping and somebody comes in the midnight and say, wake up, wake up, wake up, and then they ask you to start doing this thing, you won't really complain. And you find out that you will not struggle to do it, even though you're so sleepy. You know how when you wake up from sleep, you are groggy and all of that. You may be groggy, but you still do this thing excellently. Activities that energize you. And don't be go anywhere. Don't um limit yourself to what you're currently doing right now. It may be things you enjoyed in the last 5 years that you no longer do, maybe because life happened, or you now do several other things in life and all of that, but you used to enjoy this thing 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 15 years ago. They are things you truly, truly are passionate about, even if you no longer do them. So please allow yourself to write as many as possible. And as you write it, you will write it passion one. You will now write why you love it. You will see that in this document, I have up to 5 boxes to show you that you can write as many as possible. Even if it is more than 5, write it. Don't worry. Later in this workbook, we will do, remember that what we're doing is auditing. So at some point, we will remove some. We will probably add more. So just write as many as you can right now. What are the things you are really passionate about? Topics that you can discuss for hours. And guys, there is something I always say in my classes. Please be very specific. Be very specific. It does you no good if you are vague or too general, or don't use buzzwords. Don't use because it is, oh, that's what they use in my industry. No. The people in your industry are experts. The people you will be speaking to most likely may not be. So try and use simple words. Try and express it just like people will understand it. What are the things you love? Simple, in simple sentences. Write it out. Write it out. And why? So don't forget that it is 2 parts to each one. So when you write what you love, then you write why you love it. And nothing is too simple. Nothing is too simple. You love to sleep, write it. You'd be surprised what can come out of it. You'd be surprised what can come out of that knowledge. I have my brother-in-law as a gift that is really passionate. He's a medical doctor, by the way, that is really passionate about. And I say it is the gift of sleeping. Yes. So we can be talking right now and he says, oh, I need to take a 15-minute nap. And he just needs to look at his time, close his eyes, and in less than 30 seconds, he's gone. Deep sleep. He goes straight into that REM sleep. And in 15 minutes, he'll wake up automatically. How? I tell him, turn this thing into tablet and sell it to me. Please, I will buy it. It is something that is really, and he is really good at it. He does it seamlessly. How did you? Oh, I picked it up when I was in medical school because you must always sleep anywhere you find a chance to sleep. I said, oh, I see. So I gave you this example so that you will know that nothing is too simple. Because today we have people training others how to have deep sleep. We have people training people how to use sleep to heal lifestyle diseases. So don't say, oh, this is not important. Maybe there is something you know how to do. People come to you and say, oh, this thing, you're just so good at it. Oh, you just love to do this. Oh, this thing just comes easy to you. Don't discard it because they may be important. What you love and why you love it. Don't forget that second part of why you love it. It's absolutely, absolutely important. Now, let's move to part B of question 1. So I want to assume that by now you have most of your passions written down. What you love and why you love it. Now, I want you to fill this table. This is the diagnostic part of question 1. Fill this table. In the last 12 months, for your passion 1, pick yes or no. Have you been paid for it in the last 12 months? Even if it is as a salary. So that passion may be something you do in your current 9 to 5 and you're being paid for it. So put yes if that is the case. If it is not the case, put no. Have you been paid for it in the last 12 months for this thing that you love to do? The second question is, do you have any documented results? Now, when I say documented results, I mean there is at least one person or one entity that will corroborate you if you say, oh, I advised this person, or I passed this knowledge across to this person, and this person got this positive result, even if it is your colleague in the office, even if it is your daughter, even if it is your husband or your, whoever, family and friend. But there is at least one person that can say, oh, yes, and you have it documented, that this particular passion helped this person. When I used this passion that I have, it helped this person. Put yes or no in your document. Can you prove excellence? Now, this is different from documented results. Excellence is when you have done something 3 times or more with positive results. It means that you are excellent in that thing. If you consistently get results, you are not a one-time wonder in this thing. You are not a one-time wonder. You have had consistent results 3 times or more. You can say you are excellent in it. Consistent, positive results. So I want you to audit your passion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audit all the passions you just wrote. What if you have yes, 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 or yes, no, no, or no, no, no. What do you have for each of the passion that you wrote? What do you have for each? It is important, for you to do this. We are auditing your body of knowledge. Don't worry, for now we are just doing passion, not your skills. We will get to your skills later. Now it is just things you love. It is just things you love that we are dealing with right now. So audit it. Audit it. What do you have? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, no, no. Yes, no, yes. Yes, whatever. What is it for each passion? So I ask you questions now that I want you to put in the chat. How many of your passions have all 3? How many passions do you have written? And how many of them have yes, yes, yes? How many of them have yes, yes, yes? 4. Rachel, bravo. Well done. And there is no wrong answer. And don't feel any type of way if your answer is 0. Please don't feel any type of way. That is what you have come to this class to do. This is a diagnostic workshop. We will diagnose where you are and what your next steps should be. 3 over 4, 3. Passion 1, yes, yes, yes. 4 passions, 2 got yes, yes, yes. We are getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. Well done, guys, for doing the work. Well done for doing the work. 1, CY says 1. Bram Bifer says 4 passions. 1 got yes, yes, yes. Good. We are getting somewhere. Now let me go back to my slides. Now let's talk about the passion trap before we move to other parts of the workbook. You see, as important as passion is, if you focus only on passion, I'm sorry to let you know, it can keep you broke. Because a lot of coaches believe I am supposed to coach what I'm passionate about. I agree. But passion alone is not enough, because without proven excellence, your passion is just a hobby, not a business. And I want to believe that you all came into this class to learn how to build a sustainable coaching business. Am I right? Yes or no? Please answer me. This is a very interactive class. You would have seen that since we started. Yes or no? Did you come to this class to learn how to build a sustainable coaching business? I want to, yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. So now we have identified some of your passions, but I want to ensure that you don't fall into the passion trap. Now we will go into exercise 2. We will go into our workbook for exercise 2. Now, exercise 2, we want to do what I call the excellence evidence test. All right? The excellence evidence test. Now, just like we did in question 1, here you want to list your skills. So write down 3 to 5 skills or areas where you consistently perform well. Now, how is this different from passion? You can have a skill that you are not passionate about. You are not particularly passionate about it, but you're really good at it. Probably because you have experience and you've been doing it over and over, like you've done it for 20 years. Duh. There's no how you won't be skilled in it, something you've done over and over. Do you understand? So you could have the skill and not be passionate about it, but also you can be skilled in it and still be passionate about it. So it can be either of the two, and it's fine. Just list them out. What are the things you know how to do? They can be abilities that others have recognized in you. People come to you and say, oh, I saw that proposal. And before I saw the name tagged to it, I knew it was you. Because the way it was calibrated, it's organized, the way it was written, it is just how you do things excellently. It's a skill that your imposter syndrome may not have allowed you to accept. But everybody comes to you to say, ah, sir, that advice you gave me, it worked like fire. And then you give the same advice or a similar advice to other people, and then it works for them, and it works for them. But you have not accepted it as something you are skilled in. But people affirm you. You get affirmations everywhere you turn to. People eat your soups and say, immediately I tasted that soup, I knew you were the one that cooked it. You just, it's normal now. My mother taught me. Did your mom? Just like everybody, I came from an African home. They taught us how to cook while growing up. Yes, but some people will cook and you'll be drinking water after you take one. You drink water. You drink water. But you cook your own. Everybody starts raving about it. It's a skill. You see, I'm going very basic so that you will understand what a skill means. It does not necessarily be what, it does not necessarily have to be what you're qualified for. Something you have a certificate in. No. It can be a life experience. Something your life experience has taught you. And you now pass the knowledge to people. And every time you pass this knowledge, people just come and say, wow, wow, that thing you said, that thing you taught me, it worked like magic, it worked like fire. People will always come to you for help in that thing, even though there are other people they could have gone to, but they will sidetrack other people that are probably senior to you that could have helped them with that thing, but they come to you. There's a reason that you may not be seeing, but they see it. So I don't want you to write only what is obvious to you as a skill right now. That's why you will see me. I'm pressing, pressing. Again, remember that I said that this is a thinking class. This is, if so anything is distracting you right now, guys, please take away all distraction. The work you will do in this class today is not the kind of work you even do in a lot of paid classes. So please do this work because you're building a foundation for your skyscraper. Think really deep. What are those skills? What are those skills? What are those skills Think really deep. Now let's go to part B for exercise 2. Now for each of the skill that you have written out, I want you to now answer these other questions. What was the specific result that you got using skill 1? So you would do it one by one. If you wrote out 3 skills, for example, what was the specific result that you got for somebody? Now, you may have gotten a lot of results for people using that one skill, but I want you to think of one that is really good. One of the results that was really good. Be as specific as mentioning the name of the person if it is not a sensitive matter. If it is a sensitive matter, you can take the name, but be as specific as possible. And this, I don't say it lightly, that you should be specific. No, I don't say it lightly. Be very specific. I helped an immigrant family that had been married for 20 years but were on the verge of divorce, or they were already separated. I helped them as whatever, I gave them my whatever, and they came back together. And today they are 5 years into their renewed marriage. Can you see how specific I was? Adding numbers, adding the specific situation. That's how specific I want you to be with that part that says specific result achieved. I worked for this international government agency for 5 years, and I created policies. I created 3 policies that are still being executed today, and my name is still on this policy document, or till today, I am still being paid money for this thing that I did that got them this result. Be very specific. So what is the specific result you achieved? Who achieved it? And the time frame. You see that for my own, as I'm giving you my examples, I'm putting time frame. Specific result. Who achieved it? What is the time frame? Write it out. Skill 1, skill 2, skill 3, skill 4. For as many skills as you wrote, do that work, do that work, do that work, do it. Do it. I hope you're writing. I hope you are not looking at my beautiful face. I hope you are writing, you're working. That is why I am pausing at this point. I hope can one skill be in multiples? Well, yeah, you can write multiple results that you achieved for that one skill. Yeah. You can write out the multiple results. As many as you can. As many as you can. I'm really, taking my time here because I want you to really write this how it's important. You will do this work anyway. So do it now that you are here with me and I can guide you. Because again, you see, things that some people may count as insignificant as this is the difference between somebody killing it in the online space, doing really well, and the people that are struggling. Because the work we're doing, this foundation is what will give you messaging clarity by the time you start. It is what will give you messaging clarity. Who is done? Who is done? Tell me if you're done. I mean, one skill is not a singular line, but a set of sentences that are all related. Please put it down. Yes. Go ahead, Dr. Michael. Go ahead. Who is done? Who is done? Who is done before we move ahead? CY says done. Good. Now, the question I want to ask you here as we diagnose this exercise is, how many skills could you document with specific measurable results? So first, how many skills did you write down? And then tell me how many skills you wrote. How many skills were you able to document with specific and measurable results? Now, this is not just about any results. The results must be specific and measurable. Dr. Michael says 1. Good. 5 skills, all with measurable results. Amazing. How many skills? 5 skills. 5 skills, 2 with measurable results. Olakule says 1. Good. Three. Miranda says 3. Apostle says 5 of 5. Great. Let me tell you what is happening here. As you are identifying your skills and the results, you are seeing the things that you are truly gifted and positioned, the knowledge that you can pass across to people. If you have passions and skills that you are not able to record a result for yet, that is an evidence gap. And I'm going to tell you what that means for you. If you have evidence gap in some areas, I will tell you what that means. Because evidence gap will not allow you to have a unique and premium positioning. And if you don't have a unique and premium positioning, it will be difficult to attract the right kind of people that you can make impact on and make money from. So we want to ensure, remember that I said that we have 3 goals for you to achieve. The first one is clarity, to identify your most profitable product. And we are on the way to doing that right now. So if you have areas where your passions and your skills, where you don't have specific results or measurable results, put it by the side. We'll get to it later. The one where you have specific and measurable results, put it by the side. So now start identifying the yeses and the nos as we move along. I'll go back to my workbook. Good. Now we want to talk about authority formula. So this is the first thing, the formula that you will apply on the exercises that we have done so far is what I call the authority formula. It has just 3 elements. The authority formula has just 3 elements. And any idea you will stick with must have these 3 elements for it to move fast, for you to be able to move with speed on this idea. The first one is, what are you passionate about? And that is your heart. I call it your heart. Because again, you can be skilled in something and you can pass across that knowledge. But again, when you are not passionate about it, it may work. But at some point, you may get tired and be like, please, I can't be bothered. Because that element, that passion, that thing that will push you to do it at any time, under any condition, is not there. So your passion, as you now do this on all of the exercises you've done, you must check passion. The next one is, where have you gotten consistent results? We've done that. So you have your answers already as you apply the authority formula. Where have you gotten consistent results? That is your evidence. And then, what can you prove that you are excellent at? That's credibility. You see, art, evidence, and credibility is absolutely important in the knowledge industry, because the knowledge that you pass across to somebody can totally change the course of their life, for good or for bad. That's the truth. That is the power of knowledge, because even the Bible says knowledge is power. You are in a powerful position, knowledge across to people. You are in a powerful position. And at this point is where I usually take out my time to say that if you are planning to be a coach, you're a teacher, even if it is just an ebook, just an ordinary ebook that you want to create, you are passing information to people, and that information can change the course of their lives. So you are standing in an office that is very sacred. It is a very sacred office, and it is one you must not take lightly. You have to ensure that your authority formula is complete. You have the heart, you have the evidence, and you have the credibility. Because again, for example, if you have just art and evidence, and you cannot prove it, that you have the credibility, you cannot prove it, how will people trust in you enough to say, take my money and just take me to this next level that I need to go to? Or how will they see the authority that you carry that will give them the trust that, okay, I trust that this person knows what they are doing? That is why the audit that we have done is very important. So you must apply this authority formula on your passions and skills. For now, eliminate anything that does not have these three. It means you're not ready for it. But there is a way you can get ready. Because you may have two of these and not have the third. You may have one and not have two. So now, for any of these things that you have these three checked on, they are probably ready for you to start working on. Because the overlap, where your heart, your evidence, and your credibility overlaps, is your gold mine. At this point, you may just have one gold mine, or two, or three. That's okay. We are barely halfway through this class, so we still have a lot of work that we will do on the gold mine that you have found so far. Now, I will tell you the story of Banire and how the authority formula worked for her. Banire is a young woman in her early 30s. So I will tell you characteristics, the things about Banire. Banire is a young woman that is in her early 30s. Banire is also a C-suite executive, and she has been in several multinationals. Are you listening to all her characteristics? Banire is very passionate about helping people to find their strengths. Banire has been exhibiting this trait since she was young. She meets people, she identifies their strengths, help them to become better, and over, it has been a trail that she has left all her life. Banire is also very passionate about marriage, because of her life experiences. She's very passionate about marriage. And then Banire, because of the skill of strength finding that Banire has, she believes that this skill, if only married couples can know how to use it on each other and find each other's strengths, that marriages will last forever. There will no longer be strife, separation, or divorce in any marriage. So she's really passionate about marriage. Banire is also newly married. She's very young in marriage. Now, because Banire had all of this, Banire, I like strength finding. I'm passionate about marriage. I should be able to help marriages, live, have a stronger marriage and, be happy forever, blah, blah, blah. And then Banire decided to start exhibiting as a couples counselor. You will see that it looks as if Banire has what it takes. And again, Banire also went to go and get a certification on strength finding. So she's Gallup certified. She's a Gallup certified strength finder. So she also has the qualification. Now, Banire tried for 2 years. She could not make a headway in the couples counseling industry as a coach online. Why do you think Banire had problems? No, I want some people to answer me. Think about it. What in the authority formula do you think Banire didn't have? Because something was missing. I told you all the characteristics of Banire. Kelani, what exactly was she not specific enough in? I want you to tell me. Ayapere said credibility. I want more credibility. Thank you. So I will not take much of our time. You got it correctly. Banire did not have credibility in marriage counseling because she's new in marriage. She doesn't have any results of any marriage that she had actually helped with that strength finding skills. But do you know what Banire was missing? Is that number one, our own life result. How did Banire become a C-suite in several multinationals at that young age? That's the first thing. That's one credibility that she missed when she was, or maybe she didn't have the knowledge of this authority formula. So she just thought, okay, this is what I love, this is what I did, and then she started something. And then Banire had several people that when they see her today, they will say, it is because Banire was my team leader when she was working in my organization that I am this good today. Because Banire said something that anytime she's made a team leader while she was still growing, she will just apply the strength finding tool on everybody, identify each person's strength, and before you know it, that team will start leading in that organization. Before you know it, everybody becomes becomes very good, and their superior starts noticing them. They will take Banire from that team, put her as a team leader in another team. The same thing will happen over and over. Another company will poach her, put her in a higher position. Another company will poach her, put her, and that is how she grew very fast into a C-suite executive. She left a trail of credibility in the corporate world. But she didn't think about all of that. When she did this exercise, she realized that the only place she had all of the three things, passion, that's art, evidence, and credibility, was in helping people grow career. It is not in helping marriages. Yes, she's passionate about it. Yes, not that she cannot be a couples counselor, but because she intended to make impact and make money, it was near impossible for her to make any form of impact in an industry where she had no credibility. But immediately she made the switch to the place where she had all three in the authority formula, things changed for her. And in 3 days, she made $800. $800 is not the number that you should focus on right now. It is the 3 days. How? 700 days, nothing. And in 3 days, there was a shift. Just because she now understood what authority formula means. Now, Banire moved from helping people, helping married couples to find their strength, to using a strength finder result in the corporate world with a passion and with specific results, a career advancement to generate and make impact and do what she was not able to do in 2 years. Now, the difference is that she stopped saying, I love helping couples to find their strengths, and she became really specific in her demonstrated excellence. And she started saying, I have used Strength Finder to advance 47 careers. She became more specific because evidence will always beat your enthusiasm every single time. You may be enthusiastic about a particular thing and you are really passionate about it. And that's what you really love. But you don't have the credibility or you don't have the evidence in it. What it just simply means is that it is not yet time. But at least you've done diagnosis on it right now. If it is something you're really passionate about, maybe you have the evidence, you don't have the credibility, or you now know what is missing and what you can now build, which when you know something like this, the truth is you can build it over the next 90 days. I'll tell you how to later on. You can build it because then you now know what is missing and what you have to build to get to that place where your authority formula will be complete. Now, at this point, if you have found your authority with what we've done so far, we're just about halfway into the class right now, and we will move into the 5-level method shortly. If what we've done so far has given you some form of clarity, I want to know, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. If you've seen, it has opened your eyes to things you haven't seen before, because some things that has been foggy in the past. Thank you, Ayapere. Thank you, Apostle. Thank you, CY. All right, Miranda. Thank you, Chinasa. All right, let's go. Now, again, I want to tell you why top Nigerian coaches trust my business growth methods. I've worked with, people from, like I said, from different industries, fashion, mindset, mental wellness, finance, marketing, all sorts. I've worked with Money Africa, Yetunde Bankole, Tricia Beast, Tracy Uwom, and a lot more people, several organizations too. And it is this same principle that I'm teaching you that grew their businesses. And it works better for new coaches, even than coaches that have, because you will be starting on the right foundation. You will not even struggle and do a lot of things that, people will start finding out and all of that. Because you will be starting on a sure note. Now, these are some feedbacks from people that have used this same specificity method and the 5-level niche method that we are about to go into. This person went through the 3 days Expert2Coach challenge. And after the 3 days, because the program they've been shouting, telling people of online, and they were not able to make any sales, immediately they went back, but with a different messaging and a more refined positioning. And she was able to close 3 sales. And then she even sent screenshots of the feedback she got from the people she trained. You know, what happened here is that she got paid for what she loves to do. And then she got feedback, affirmation of it. She saw the impact it is making in people's life. She was so excited. She came back here, typed a lot of things, sent screenshots of the people she trained, of how they were happy, even though they paid her to do it. This is the same example for somebody that came in, that has been trying, doing a lot of things, and charging a very ridiculous fee of less than $5. She's a teacher, teaching other teachers how to, make more money and all of that. And she went ahead to increase her fee by 20x, 20 times. She was charging 5,000 naira Nigerian currency, and she started charging 100,000 naira. And within 1 week, she did 7 sales. After the 3 days Expert2Coach. Now, how could she have done that? It is because people are hearing her better. And I will show you how people will now start hearing you when you start expressing yourself online. Because you see, there's a lot of noise on social media right now. And if you want to start selling online, you need to understand how to break through that yap, 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 everywhere. Everybody is saying this. How do you stand out? How do you say exactly the things that people actually want to hear? Now, let's use this example. So, Daya, your question, you said, can you please share a suggestion for scenarios where all 3 is not present and how to go about it? So you don't have passion on anything? I seriously doubt that. Daya, I think you need to sit and do this example again. I will agree with you if you say you don't have evidence and credibility. So it means you have one at least. You just probably don't have the other 2. Yes, you don't have credibility. So because it is almost impossible for you not to have something you're passionate about. So what you then need to do is to build your body of knowledge. And again, don't worry, we'll get there where I will tell you what you need to do. So now let's go into this example. There are 2 coaches. The first coach, Coach A, I will call the first coach Coach A. Coach A is a confidence coach. Coach B is also a confidence coach. Both are in the confidence niche. So Coach A says, I help people with confidence issues. That's how Coach A introduces herself and say, oh, I help people with confidence issues. And then Coach B says, I help female executives overcome imposter syndrome in male-dominated boardrooms. The first question I want to ask you, now I will tell you how this coach arrives at this, but I want to ask you, first, do you think they are both confidence coaches? Do you think they are both in the confidence niche? Please answer yes or no. I help people with confidence issues. And then the person that says, I help female executives overcome imposter syndrome in male-dominated boardrooms. Are they both confidence coaches? Sinique says yes. Mo says yes. I agree with those that are saying, I want more answer. Yes, before I say it. Yeah, they are both confidence coaches. The only difference is the positioning. Because Coach B could have as well said, I help people with confidence issue, because truly, that's what she's doing for female executives. It is confidence that will not make a female executive shine and do what they know how to do in a male-dominated boardroom. It is because they lack confidence. That's why imposter syndrome is whipping them. It's confidence. No, it is not niche, kind of. And I will show you when we do the 5-level method. It is not niche that she lacks. It is positioning. Now, how will you arrive at this kind of positioning for what you help people to do? So the first thing is you can no longer say, I help people. That's the first thing I want you to know. You don't help people. You help specific set of people with names, with characteristics. Those are the people, that's who you help, not people. Saying I help people will not help your cause in any way. So please, you drop that from today. Nothing like I help people. You don't help people. Now, let's look at the audits that we did earlier. Where do you have what I call demonstrated excellence? That's your evidence and your credibility. This is how you do your positioning. What is the evidence and credibility that you have? For this person that is a confidence coach, for example, this person will look at when they do the authority formula, this person looks at the authority formula and say, okay, what evidence and credibility do I have? Oh, I used to struggle a lot with my confidence, and I was in male-dominated boardrooms and I would hardly speak. When they ask for my opinion, I keep quiet. I'm not able. I have to do this, and do that before I was able to move from where I was to where I am right now. So that is the first result on themselves. So this person says, and then I've been able to help about 5 other people. And then says, oh, when I look at the 5 people that I have helped, what is common? What is the common thing in all of these 5 people that I have helped? They are all female executives. They all pass through the same thing that I passed through. Wow. So there is a common ground here. This is the deep thinking that you have to do for your positioning. As we go into 5-level method and I show you how to break it down. See, your positioning needs to come from your demonstrated excellence, from your authority formula, your evidence, and your credibility. That's where your positioning will come from. So look at your evidence. It is speaking to you. The data, your data will always speak to you. Where is your data? Where do you find most of your results? Which specific area? Which specific type of people? Because again, let me say this to you. You are not Jesus. You are not sent to help everybody. Hear that and know that how you will make the impact you want to make is when you speak to the right set of people. That people is not everybody. It is a subset. It is just a subset of that idea that you have in your head of people. It's just a subset of them. And you will only be able to pick out that subset using your evidence and credibility. Those are the people that actually need you because they are the one that you have the credibility they will quickly believe you because you have what it takes. You've done it for people. You've lived it. That is how this magnetic coach is able to say, I help female executives overcome imposter syndrome in male-dominated boardrooms. It's confidence. But the person that says, I help people with confidence issues, I help people with confidence issues can be, I help teenagers struggling with inferiority complex. It could be, I help men that find it difficult to woo women, that find it difficult to talk to women. That is also a confidence issue. I hope you know. When men is a confidence issue. It could be, I help people that go to interviews, that are struggling to get a good job because they know they are experts. But when they get in front of a panel and they are interviewing them, they start stuttering. They are not able to give coherent answers because they start shaking. It is also confidence issue. Now, when you say you help people with confidence issue, who exactly? Who exactly? That is how people will not hear you because that is what they hear everywhere. I help people with confidence issues. So after that, and then, so you have to pick where your evidence and credibility shines through. That is where you start putting your unique positioning. And that is when you will start having unique messaging also. Because, we're moving towards you understanding the foundation so that when you start creating your messaging, it just makes sense. Generic messaging is very expensive because you'll be spending time and effort to put out your message, but nobody will be listening to you. You will be able to charge premium prices when you are the specialist, when you go to the hospital to see a specialist, a general doctor, and an endocrinologist, or a cardiologist, or a whatever. Do they charge the same thing? No. In fact, don't tell them. They even get different respects. Let's be honest. Because when we see somebody as a specialist, we believe that they really not there. This person is really good in their craft. And then when you are very specific, your prospects will say, oh, finally, somebody who gets my situation, somebody who understands what I'm truly passing through. Not, oh, if you have confidence, you have a confidence coach, I can help you. Who have you helped? How does it show in your positioning? Now let's talk about the 5-level method that multiplies coaching income. I see your question, and your question will be answered with this 5-level method. The reason I have not answered it is because we'll be able to do it in this workbook right now. Now, before we go back into our workbook, because we still have to go back into the workbook, and I know our time is fast spent. We are almost at 90 minutes right now. There are only 3 major categories in the digital product or knowledge industry. Know this and know peace. You fall under health, wealth, and relationships. No matter the industry you belong in, your major niche that people will call category is health, wealth, or relationships. You will fall under any of these. Now, let me explain. I'll stop sharing right now and take about 5 minutes to quickly explain what this means because a lot of people get it wrong. Now, when we say health, wealth, and relationship, a lot of people will categorize themselves on 1 or 2. Some people will say, oh, I belong to 2. I belong to the 3. No, you cannot. You will pick one. You must belong in one because if you don't, it will affect your messaging. That's number 1 thing you have to note. The second thing you have to note is how you identify where you belong is based on the results that your prospects are looking for. So your prospect, the people that will come to you and say, take this money, teach me how to do this thing. What is the results they are looking for? Why will they come to you? It is the results that will determine where you fall under. So let me give an example of a parenting coach. A parenting coach, ordinarily, when a parenting coach will say, oh, I'm under relationship because, parenting sounds like relationship, right? No. Or let me not say no, it could be, but it depends on exactly your positioning. So let's say this parenting coach is helping. So I'll give you 2 examples of parenting coach. A parenting coach is helping parents to help their children grow into very confident adults. It's helping their teenagers. So this parenting coach is teaching parents how to teach their teenagers so that they can grow into very confident individuals, so that anywhere they get to in their university, workplace, college, wherever, they are able to, they are confident, they are able to do things, they become leaders and all of that. That's one. That's a parenting coach. Then another parenting coach is teaching single fathers how to relate with their teenage daughters, or how to train their teenage daughters. Can you see? I want you to tell me in the comment. Is it parenting coach 1 or parenting coach 2? So which one belongs? Where does parenting coach 1 belong to? Where does parenting coach 2 belong to? Parenting coach 1 is coaching parents how to grow confident teenagers so that they can become leaders in the future. Parenting coach 2 is coaching single fathers how to relate with their teenage daughters. Do you understand my question? Guys, put on your videos, except you are in the market. You are in the market, or you are on the road. Yes, or you are in the kitchen cooking. If you are not, and you're sitting, you are in class with me, please put on your video. It will be good to see your faces. Okay, A is in health. Rachel says parenting code 2, relationship. Parenting code 2 is under relationship. In MSC, it says both are under relationship. Nice. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. And I hear all of these, different results. Now let's explain it. There is a method that I use for you to really know where you belong to. It is you asking why 3 times. So let's do that. So for parenting coach A, who is teaching parents how to train their teenagers to become leaders in the future, to be confident so that they can become leaders in the future. Thank you, Chinasa. Why would your prospect, that's the question you will first ask yourself, why would those parents want their children to be confident? We've already answered level 1, so that they can be leaders. Why do those parents want their teenagers to become leaders in the future? So that life will be easier, or so that, they will be successful. Yes, so that they will be successful, because, you're seen as a successful person when you are a leader in this, a leader in this, a leader. Because again, before you can move to the position of a leader, you have been successful in several things, because they want them to be successful. Success means what? It is wealth. It is wealth. So that parenting coach is under wealth. Now let's use why on the other parenting coach. Why does this parenting coach want to, as a single father, why do they want to have a better relationship with their daughter? In fact, we don't even need to apply why, honestly, because the answer has been answered already, because, they are probably having issues with, they don't know how to help the child. They don't know what is when they are sick, when they are doing this, when they are this, when they are that, they don't know. How do I handle this? Maybe they are widowers or something. My wife used to do all of this. How do I now do it? How do I not become my daughter's enemy? Because, we all know how teenage girls start behaving when they are in that period. So that is obviously relationship. And now somebody said health. Maybe there's another way we can look at it, where this can fall under health. I don't know, but there may be. You know why I said there may be? Because that is exactly what I'm trying to teach you here now. That it is what you actually want to achieve for these parents. And the reason, the deep end reason that these people will come to pay you, that is what you will use to categorize yourself. Because if you mistake, for example, if you are supposed to be, if your positioning is supposed to be under wealth, but you put yourself under health, what will happen is your messaging, because in your mind, you believe that this is an health thing, your messaging will always tilt towards people that need this solution for health reasons. And you will find your audience. It is just that if there is a mismatch between your delivery, what you want to deliver to them, and what people are expecting when they come to you, you will not be able to grow a sustainable business, because you will come. People will come into your program and you will not be able to give them any transformation. There will be a mismatch. That's the first problem. The second problem is that you may not even get people to hear and trust you because of that mismatch. So you have to categorize yourself. Yes, health can be mental stamina, psychological. So health is not only physical, it can be mental wellness. That's also health. But you have to know. And don't say, I belong to both health and relationship. No. Or don't say, I belong to both wealth and health. You see, you will be confusing your audience, and you will be creating a vagueness around your offer presentation when you finally present your offer. It has to be one result that you want to help people achieve, so that your messaging and your positioning will be focused on this niche. Now, let's go to the level 5 breakdown. I'm sorry, I cannot take any question right now because our time is fast spent. We have less than 30 minutes. I always try to finish this class latest by 2 hours, and we are almost there. So let's go. But I hope that you have a better understanding of how to categorize yourself. So ask yourself why 3 times. Why would your prospect and audience want to come and pay? What is the deep reason? What is it exactly that they need? Because that is your duty, to give them what they need. All right. Let's continue. So now this is how to break this down. Level 1 is category. Level 2 is subcategory. Level 3 is your specific problem you solve. Level 4 is your method, and level 5 is target audience. Don't worry about this. We will do it in the workbook. So let's go to our workbook, exercise 3. Let's go to our workbook, exercise 3 in our workbook. So this is a 5-level positioning audit that we want to do here. Now, what is your category? That's the first one. Wealth, health, or relationship. Pick one. Because again, people that say, oh, I am a business coach. What exactly does that mean? I am a health coach. I am a wealth coach. What do you mean? And a lot of people stay in level 1. A lot of people stay in level 1. And that's where some of the problems is coming from. No, you can't be in level 1. You have to break it down further. And that is where you go to subcategory. So what is your subcategory? For example, say you are under wealth. You can say investment. I'm an investment coach. I'm a financial coach. Or I'm a confidence coach. Or I'm a, whatever you are, that is the subcategory. That is the one people call niche. But when people say, oh, my niche is confidence, my niche is business coach. So under wealth, you can say you are a business coach. You can say you're a financial coach, or under relationship, you can say you are a marriage coach. You can say you are a mindset coach. You can say you are a this. Those are the subcategories. Again, you cannot stay here on the subcategory. No, you can't stay here. So keep breaking it down, guys. I hope you see the part where you have to fill it in. Level 1, choose your category. Level 2, choose your subcategory. Level 3, choose your subcategory. So now level 3 is, what is the specific problem that you solve for people? What is the specific problem? Now, this is where you start doing the real work, but we are not there yet. But this way, if you get number 3 wrong, you may get every other thing wrong. So what is that one specific problem? The reason people come to you. You're an investment coach because the specific problem you solve probably is, I help people use their surplus. So, they have bills and then they have surplus, but at the end of the month, they don't know where the surplus goes to because they don't know how to use that surplus to make more money for themselves. That's a problem you're solving for them. You're helping them to clarify or show them how to multiply their surplus. You see how specific I am. Maybe specific problem you solve for people. Maybe you're a weight loss coach, and the specific problem you solve for you is post-pregnancy. People that after they've given birth, postpartum mothers, they are struggling to shed the weight, but you've done it. You have credibility, you have evidence. You've done it for yourself, you've done it for several people. That's the specific problem that you're solving. You are helping them to shed postpartum weight. What is the specific problem that you are solving for people? That is level 3. That is your level 3. We are getting somewhere. We're not there yet. So let's go back to my slides. We've done, by now you have your specific problem, right? Now, at this point, you'll be thinking, I think I am being too specific. Will this not limit my income potential? You see, this level 5 method that we're doing right now is what will eliminate competition for you. And we create premium positioning for you. Is it totally wrong for you to be at that level 2, where you introduce yourself as a business coach, as a weight loss coach, as a, whatever coach at that subcategory level? No. Your influence can grow into that eventually, where I believe I have a lot of Nigerians here, even if you are in diaspora. So you will know. So if a Fela Durotoye, for example, says I'm a business coach, it's easier to comprehend. So you can grow your influence to where you will start introducing yourself by your subcategory 2. But if you want to move fast as a new coach and you want to make impact fast and make money fast, you will get to level 5. Level 5 is where people will start hearing you. It is where people will start seeing your authority fast, and they will say, oh, this person has the authority to take me from point A to point B, because coaching or selling any digital or knowledge product is about transformation. If you cannot give people transformation or give them the assurance that you will take them from point A to point B, then you are not doing your job. So every program that you bring people to, you must be able to say, I will take you from point A to point B. You must be able to identify what point A is, where they are right now in their, that is point A, and the point B that you will take them to. That is the transformation that you want to give to them. And the way to be able to quickly identify this is when you use this 5-level method to break down exactly the solution that you want to give to people. When you have that, people will hear you. They will see your authority, and paying you will not be difficult. Now let's go to part B, where we will now do 4 and 5. Now, part B is, this is the hard part, your unique method. What do I mean by unique method? For some people, you may not be able to answer this on this call right now. You may need to do more work to really identify that thing. That's what I call your USP, your proprietary approach, how you approach this. You already identified the problem, the specific problem you are solving for people. Now, what is your unique proprietary to solve that specific problem for people? Let me give you an example. This problem that I am solving for you on this call, other people probably solve it in different ways. This is how I know how to solve it. This is my proprietary method. I sat down, thought about it, used my data, my experience, like I said, growing an agency, launching products in different industries. How, what should new coaches know? What will help them move fast? What have I proven, used both at the agency and both in my coaching business, because they are different businesses. And that has worked for people over and over and over again. So if you ask me, one of my own proprietary methods is my 5-level niche method. I would also tell you my Expert2Coach triangle model that I showed you at the beginning is a proprietary method. So you may have to grow into this as you start, but even now, at this point, you already have an idea of how people, that thing that you do when you are on social media and you see somebody in that niche, in that area that you want to coach in, you see somebody being a coach in it, and you see how they are doing it, and you're thinking, this lady, yeah, this will work, but it doesn't work all of the time. My method works 100% of the time. If only she would do it this way, it will work better. You see, that thing that you are using to criticize others could be a proprietary method. It could be a unique way that you see the solution or the problem. That unique way you see the problem. And you are like, the reason people are not getting results is because they think it is this way. While it is this way, that thing is something you need to sit down and turn into a framework, what we call a framework. Now, at the end of this class, I will invite you all to follow me into day 2 and day 3 of Expert2Coach Challenge. And again, not day 2 and day 3 anyway, because we will redo day 1. So what we're doing here is just about 50% of day 1 of Expert2Coach Challenge. Remember that this is a trial version of the 3 days Expert2Coach Challenge. Now, one of the things that we will do on day 2 is you will understand how to create your proprietary framework. But this is very important. You must have, when you break it, you now have the specific problem you're solving and your proprietary way of solving it for people. And then, if you have it right now, write it down. Write it down. Even if you don't have a name for it yet, but you can explain it. Because as I'm speaking, you are getting ideas. Don't joke with the ideas you get in this place. I prayed. Before every class, I pray and I ask God to drop inspiration in people's hearts as I talk. So you're being inspired. You are getting insights. Don't joke with the insights that you're getting. So write everything down, because you will come back to it. And it's going to build the foundation of a sustainable business that you will build. Now, level 5 is your money zone, where I call your money zone. It must be specific enough that a stranger will identify your ideal client in a room. Like when you say it to a stranger, the stranger will say, oh, that person looks like your customer. That's how specific you can be. Now, this is the final work you will do for me here today before we move into the next exercise. I want you to write it out. I help specific person. All the data you need to fill into this statement in your workbook, we've done it in all the exercises, in all the diagnostic exercises that we've done so far. So I want you to complete this statement right now with the answers from everything we've done. If you do this, you got the results that you came here for. I help specific person achieve specific results using your method. Did you get that? Did you get that? I help specific person achieve specific results using your method. Write it out. Good. Write it out. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. I'll be, I'm interested in seeing what you have all arrived at. It's been almost 2 hours in this class, and we have covered quite a bit. I help specific person achieve specific results using, even if you don't have your method yet, just put something, say something. You will clarify, you will tighten it later. Do this work right now. Don't postpone it. Don't postpone it. Do this work right now. Are we doing it? Are we working? Or I should just go on? Or I should give us 2 minutes to do this work? Are we working? Are we working? I want to see a few answers before I move forward, so that I know you have done this. Yes. So let me answer some questions while I wait. Dr. Michael says it's a subcategory. Entrepreneurs of 1 to 5 years. Yes, that can be, well, yeah. So subcategory can be, so entrepreneurs of 1 to 5 years. Look at your subcategory from the angle of what you do for them. So for example, if what you do for them is help them grow their business, so you can say that's business. So subcategory can be business, can be categorized as business. Rachel, what assistance do you need? What is your specific question? That's the only way I can help. In MSc, it says, please, which category would inner healing coach fall into? I can't really say. I can't really tell you, because you have to apply that why. Why do they need inner healing? Because you may assume that they fall under health and they don't fall under health, because it is the reason why they need the inner healing that will tell you where you fall into, not because it is about healing. What is the reason? Why do they need that healing? That's what will tell you where you fall into. Self-discovery and destiny recovery coach. The same answer is what I will give you. Why do they need to discover themselves? Who are the people? Again, answer this question. Don't just say self-discovery and destiny recovery coach. Who are you doing destiny recovery for? Is it for teenagers? Is it for adults? Remember that I said that it cannot be people. You cannot be serving everybody. You are not Jesus. You cannot be serving everybody. Who are you serving? Why do they need to go through self-discovery? For example, say maybe the people you are helping are divorced women. that lost themselves in their former marriage, blah, 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 and you want to help them rediscover themselves. You see that that is a bit more specific. And then you can now ask yourself, these women you are talking to, why do they need to rediscover themselves? To what purpose? That's what will tell you where you fall under. So I hope that answers your question in MS8. Sinikwe says, I help small business owners, achieve social media visibility with my 30-day done for you package. Love it. Anita says, I help female executives to achieve clarity of purpose and gain confidence to speak like pros on any stage using SWOT methodology. Well done, Anita. Though I would say you should do a bit more work on that statement that says clarity of purpose. There are some words that I tell people that because people say it a lot, we assume that people understand what it means. It is your industry lingua. Clarity of purpose, honestly, you will think it is common that people really understand what clarity of purpose means, but no. So I believe that you can break that statement into something simpler and more specific and result-oriented. Why I am not so concerned about it is because the end where you say they will speak, you will give them the confidence to speak like pros on stage using SWOT methodology. That kind of helps. But the clarity of purpose seems too big for that ending part. Now, Chinasa says, I helped a client resolve a sexual abuse-related challenge our daughter have been experiencing for the past 2 years. This is demonstrated excellence. Now, put all the answers you've been given so far, put it into this complete statement. I help specific person achieve specific results using your method. So this is how you will introduce yourself. So for example, Chinasa, maybe you want to say something like, I help parents of teenagers achieve whatever, using whatever. Yeah, Dr. Michael says, I help business owners within 1 to 5 years achieve clarity on who they serve and grow revenue using my 50 years of business experience and lived experience. Good. Now, you know how you can make this better, Dr. Michael, is be more specific in terms of time frame and measurable growth. So for example, you want to help them grow their revenue. So you can say, I help young business owners, like you have said, between 1 to 5 years, grow from 1 million naira monthly to 5 million naira monthly within 90 days, within 6 months, within 1 year. Or you can say grow from 5 figures to 6 figures within, if you don't want to mention specific amount, you can make it a bit more general and say go from 5 figures to 6 figures, grow for, make it specific so that people will see a measurable result. That's number one. And then the timeline you will use, or the timeline they will work with you, that will give them the foundation that they need to get that result. So it can be a bit more, but this is good. Bernice says, I help people suffering from hair loss to achieve growth using my renowned natural scalp products. Bernice, the same feedback that I gave to Dr. Michael right now will also help you be specific. See, hair loss. How long do I need to work with you for me to get my edges to grow? Do you understand? Let me know what I'm coming to get from you. Measurable results, very important. Prudence. I help busy parents of teen students achieve exam success for their children using Prudence. I think you are the one that really used this template the most, and I love it. Using my exam readiness proving method. Well done. So Rachel says, I have difficulty in choosing what I want to teach. Okay. So why is that? I think that's the next question. If you can answer that, why? Is it because you cannot find a specific skill that you have evidence and credibility in? Or is it because you have too many ideas that you have credibility and evidence in? If that is the case, that's not a problem. Do this exercise for each one of them. Do it. That's not a problem yet. Do this exercise for each one of them. As long as you have art, evidence, and credibility for each one of them, do the exercise for each one of them. You will finally get to where you will pick one. Now, Miranda says, through my Aging Gracefully workshops, it helped 5 senior teens more positively about themselves and chose to continue their service in the church. Now, reward this as an introduction where you can say it to somebody and somebody immediately knows who your target audience is. Now we have to move. Now, looking at what you wrote for levels 4 and 5, the question you want to answer honestly is your level 4 a real method with a name? So meaning what I'm telling you right now is create a name for your method. Make it your own framework. Or it is just a generic description. You are not there yet. Is your level 5 specific enough that you could find this person on LinkedIn if you go to LinkedIn, or you could find this person on Instagram? Is it specific enough? Could you explain your full positioning to people in 30 seconds to a stranger using this thing that we just created? When they say, oh, what do you do? And then you can say, oh, I help this. In under 30 seconds, they are very clear and understand what you do. If your level 5 and level 4 and 5 still feels vague to you, if it is still uncertain or it is still generic, it is why your positioning isn't converting or may not convert. You cannot be generic. And it is exactly why Banire struggled for 2 years. Extract your unique method so that you will be able to strategize and place it against a specific market. You need to be talking to a specific market. Now let's move. We have done this, so I will not bother to go over it again. Now, I've also read through this, so I know that for some of you, you will not be able to say yes to any of the questions here. Could you say this to a stranger in 10 seconds or 15 seconds or 20 seconds, and they will immediately know who you help? Can answer it yes or no. If you Googled your method name, will you be the only result or not? Will someone find your ideal client on LinkedIn? You must have yes, yes, yes on this. That's when you have gotten it right. Now, see this level 5 method and the level 5 itself is your unfair advantage. It is the unfair advantage we have over every other people in your general niche, because it will be your premium positioning. Again, for those that haven't found their gold mine before, have you found your gold mine now? Mo Daniel, this sounds good. Adiola, I help busy 9-to-5 professionals build and validate profitable nutraceutical agri-businesses through a structured 12-week venture incubation system designed for safe strategic transition from employment. So Adiola, let me say something to you. It sounds really good. I see that you got the general idea and the method. The thing that is still missing here, not missing, or the thing that you need to break down is, you said you help busy 9-to-5 professionals. For me, for example, let's say I'm staying in 9-to-5 and you tell me all of these big words and professional words. I would not really understand what you're saying. I don't know what nutraceutical means. Well, I understand agribusiness, through a structured 12-week venture incubation system. That's still middle, but you can still break it down. See, marketing. Oh God, I don't have time. I wanted to start explaining things in marketing. See, but let me quickly say it. In marketing, when there is a word, any word that you use in marketing, and people cannot understand it in a split second, you have lost your audience, or you're on the verge of losing your audience. So that is why in marketing, you will hear you use the simplest English construct to explain anything. Now, this thing you're doing is marketing, or you don't know. You're creating your marketing messages. That's what we've been doing in class all day. You are creating your marketing messages. So if I have to think for more than a split second to understand anything you're saying, you're losing me. So, Adiola, you can do better, by just breaking this down. Now, let's do your Expert2Coach triangle scorecard. Clarity. Red, yellow, green. Based on what we have done so far, where are you on clarity? Are you still on red, yellow, or green? Let me know. Let me know. I know that for some of you, your irresistible offer, you probably do not have it yet because the messaging and positioning is just getting clear right now. And you may not have made your first 10 sales yet on this same offer. Where are you? Red, yellow, or green? Green. Well done, Dr. Michael. Green, Anita. Green, Chinasa. Good to see. Good to see. And it's okay if you are in red, yellow. It's okay. Please. Where are you? Red, yellow, or green? Rachel is still in red. It's okay, Rachel. Maybe another thing you would need to do is come. I'll send the replay, even though it will be a limited time replay, but I'll send the replay because I know some people are not able to join us, for people to watch. So I would advise that you watch the replay of this again and sit down and do this. Green, green, red. Christiana is in red. It's okay. It's okay. Good. Now let's move on and do exercise 4. And it is very important. We'll brush through it very fast because we are now way over our time. So we have to move fast. And let's do a gap inventory. And this is where this one is a personal work that you now want to do on yourself. And be honest about where you are right now, because it is necessary. So based on the exercises that you've completed, I want you to assess which of these that you currently have. Number 1, a validated level 5 niche position that I'm confident about. You have it right now. You may not have validated it. So I have this, I need this. Do you have it, but you need to validate it, put it, I need this. If you validated it, meaning this thing, you have done it for people before, and you know that people really want it, put I have this. 3+ documented client results I can reference when I start marketing. I have this, I need this. You tick it in your workbook. A named methodology I can explain in under 2 minutes. I have this, I need this. An offer that I have tested against real prospects. I have this, I need this. A system for consistently getting in front of ideal clients. Tick it, I have this, I need this. Confidence to charge premium prices without hesitation. Tick it, I have this, I need this. This is another, you see, we've been diagnosing since exercise 1. Do another set of diagnosis. How many do you have? How many do you need? The ones you need, identify them. Because if you don't know what you need, how do you get solutions for it? What are the things you have now? What are the things you need to move to the next level? So if you have at least 3 or more items that have, I need this in your table, it means you're still missing foundational elements that cannot be filled with more information. What you need is not more information. And it is not things that you would think, you will figure out by thinking. Okay, I'll think harder, I'll think harder. You need structured execution with feedback. Structured execution with feedback will collapse time for you and will give you better results. And the question is not whether you are capable. At this point, you already know whether you are capable or not. The question is, do you have the structure that it takes to actually complete these elements and be able to say, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this. Because when you now have everything, you're ready. You're ready. Now, this is usually the point where a lot of people will stop. You'll stop because you're alone, you're trying to figure it out yourself, you're not able to do it. Maybe you get frustrated and all of that. And most of unfinished ideas out there, they are not bad ideas because they are ideas that some other people are executing and, being successful at. It is just that those unfinished ideas did not have structure, accountability, or feedback, which is important when you're starting something new. And that takes us to the last exercise in this workbook, exercise 5. Now, what is your implementation history? I know that this is not the first program or course that most of you will attend. Many of you have paid for programs where you attend, and for some reason, you just were not able to get anything out of it. Now, I am not saying it is those programs that have the problems. No, 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 no. I'm not faulting anybody here. This work we are doing here is inward work. It is not for you to blame anybody. What you want to do is inner work. So do this work right now and ask yourself, part A, be honest. Think about the last 3 courses or workshops or training programs that you completed. What happened after you completed it? What did you learn? Write it out. What did you learn from that training program? If you learned nothing, be honest, write it out. I did not learn anything. It did not meet my expectation or whatever. Write it out. What did you implement? If you learned something, okay, you learned this. Did you implement it? So be truthful to yourself. Remember what I said at the beginning, to thyself be true. Do this exercise. It's a mental exercise because you will then be able to see what is the next thing you need to do, especially if you are the type that usually procrastinates. You procrastinate a lot, you get things and you don't execute, you don't do, or you're too critical of yourself, or you're a perfectionist. There are things, you will always find the reason why you have not done the things that you're supposed to have done. So answer the question why I didn't implement more. I was waiting for it to be perfect. I got stuck because I didn't get help. I needed feedback. I got busy with life. What is the reason? Put it. Write out the reason and then identify your patterns. Identify your patterns. You will notice that this class that I have done in a very, very practical way could have been full slides where I'm just teaching you and I'm just teaching, just talking at you, talking at you, talking at you, talking at you. And at the end of the day, wham, bam, I'm done. But you see, I am more interested in your execution. Because what's the point of the knowledge you collect and you are just ordering all of the knowledge without actually doing, without actually executing those tiny, tiny, tiny things that could have made a difference. So do your audit right now and recognize your pattern. I learned a lot, but I got distracted before implementing. I started implementing, but I stopped when it got hard. I didn't have accountability to keep me on track. I got overwhelmed and didn't know where to start. Life got busy and I planned to get back to it. I second-guessed my decisions without feedback. I didn't have a structured deadline or milestone system. What is it? To thyself be true. To thyself be true. I hope we all did that. Now, I will take the next 5 minutes or so to introduce you to two paths that you could take. And the first part is, now that you have, for those that are in the green zone or even yellow, in the yellow zone, for if you are in the red zone, you need to rewatch this. I promise you, you just need to sit down. You know, because everybody does not learn at the same pace. Sometimes you need to sit down, pause the video, do what you have to do, think very well, then play the video again, and then pause it and do what you have to do. Maybe that is how you will be able to do this. So I will ask you to come back to the replay when it is shared. Now, there is one part you can take, which is, now that you have the green, you are the green zone, you have your positioning. You need to create offers. You can start researching how to create offers. You need to understand the concept of sales funnels, what we call funneling. Or you will just launch, and you either launch to crickets or only a few people will respond to you. How do you spread? How do you distribute this message? This message that you have right now, how do you distribute it so that as many people as possible can hear you and respond to you? You may start second guessing your pricing and you wonder, so this thing, how am I supposed to charge? How do I charge? What's the, there is I use a part of day 3 of Expert2Coach to teach pricing. Watch competitors with what expertise succeed, or you can still be asking, what should I coach in 2026? Or the second part is, you can follow me into Expert2Coach and spend 5 days with me. I call it 3 days challenge, but it is actually 5 days. And I'd like to explain to you what Expert2Coach is all about. Do I have your permission for the next 5 to 7 minutes to tell you more about the 3 days Expert2Coach? Do I have your permission? Okay, thank you. Chinasa. Looks like only Chinasa wants me to continue. Are we tired? I'm the one teaching, or you are the one listening. If anybody is tired, I'm the one that is supposed to be tired. All right, thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, now, the second part, Expert2Coach challenge, is 3 days of live classes and 2 days of full implementation. I will explain. Day 1, remember that I said that what we've done today is just like 40 to 50% of day 1 of Expert2Coach challenge. So on the Monday of the week of Expert2Coach, we will get crystal clear on your profitable niche, because now that you are in the green zone, we have to validate. And again, for those that are still in the red zone, we go through this. In fact, the workbook for day 1 of the real Expert2Coach is different from this workbook. This workbook is a child beside the main workbook of Expert2Coach challenge, which we will use on day 1. Yeah. And that is where we will now go further into validation, how to validate your green idea. On day 2, we will create 2 offers. I call it the irresistible offer and the phantom offer. It is what will help you convert your prospects to clients. Now, let me tell you, even though where we are going on day 2 is to create an offer, where we will branch at before we get to the offer is that we will create what I call your ideal client profile, a very detailed ideal client profile, so that you will know everything you need to know about your ideal client. We will then go ahead and understand what your deliverables in your program, whether it is a course, a coaching program, a whatever kind of digital product you're trying to create, what should be your deliverables? The deliverables that will ensure transformation, we will branch there also. So that by the end of day 2, you already have your product. You already have it created on paper. You know your modules, everything that you're going to teach that will give you that thing that will help you take people from point A to point B. We will also branch there And then we will now get to where we are going, which is to create your irresistible offer. So that as you start generating leads, you can present your irresistible offer to them. We will create it it is as practical as this. As long as you are doing the work, you will create your offer. You will get your deliverables. You will get your ideal client profile before you leave class on day 2. And then we will now create the phantom offer. The phantom offer is what you will now use to start generating leads before day 3 of Expert2Coach Challenge. This is what happens in every Expert2Coach Challenge. People come to day 3 of Expert2Coach Challenge and say, Coach, I have made a sale. I just made my first sale. Well, Coach, I generated 50 leads. Coach, I generated 20 leads. And then I will also give you what you need to do to quickly convert these leads into sales using the post-execution method when you put out your phantom offer, which you will also create on day 2. And then on day 3 is not a practical session. Day 3 is where I now teach. So I teach about pricing. I teach about sales funnels. I teach about value ladder and ticketing. I teach about how to create your customer journey and put everything together so that you will have a full understanding of how this industry truly works. And now you can start getting results from it. A lot of people start getting their first paying clients right after Expert2Coach Challenge. In fact, from day 3, people that execute the phantom offer come to day 3 and give their testimonies. So before you hear more about how it is 5 days, how is it not, but this is just 3 days you just explained. I want you to type blueprint if you would like to follow me. I know I've not told you how much it is and what's, but if this sounds like something you would like to be part of, where you will do this once and for all, not another course where you will go and you just be watching video or somebody will just be talking, and you'll be like, where you will actually do the work before you leave. Good. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your interest. Now, this is Diction with Ruth. You'll find her on Instagram as Diction with Ruth. I will quickly, do this. She came in, she was trying, her program was like 100,000, 50,000, $50 and all of that, trying to, teach people. And then she came into Expert2Coach, went through all of these things, and she came back to say she pushed her offer to a 1 million naira offer, and then she got several people to pay for it. And in fact, most people were going for the premium offer rather than the smaller packages she had. This is Banire from Canada, who came into Expert2Coach, decided to quickly go and test using the phantom offer, put just a price of $47 into her program, and she sold 6 within a few days. She was able to quickly sell 6 of that offer, tested it out, got feedbacks and all of that, and Banire later turned the same program to $297, and she's selling it. If you join Expert2Coach Challenge, even after Expert2Coach Challenge, you get what I call the alumni community, where you're still in that community, and I have what I call the town hall meeting quarterly, where I still help you. In one of those town hall meetings, Banire, gave this feedback, and I want you to listen to it.
How are you? Yeah, so how are you? So I'm very good, thank you. So Coach, I listened to when you were talking about how if you have a failed launch, it's not a fail, it's data. And I just wanted to buttress that because it happened to me, and I'll tell you, just to probably encourage someone who's on the call. So as you know, I did a test run of $47 and I got people to sign up. Yeah. So I ran an ad. I increased the course price because I know the transformation I offer is in thousands of savings. So I increased the price to $97 and I ran ads and everything and nobody bought. And that was at $97. So those data I got from Facebook, I started looking at what what my messaging was in terms of how I structured it. Where am I really getting people to? So I now notice that my Ontario here is not where I'm really getting people. A lot of people that showed interest were in other provinces. So so what I did, I now ran a free webinar. So I ran a free webinar. I started targeting them. Then on my social media, I went in and I was tagging location. I started using location to target a lot of them so that it will reach directly to people in that province, right? To just train the algorithm to know where I was doing. I increased the course to $497 because I was sure of my transformation. But what I did in my webinar was I told them that because they attended the webinar, I gave a 50% off. And I did get sales at $200, so I gave them $200. I did get sales at $297. So this is just to buttress the point: is not giving up. I spent a lot of money on that ad that I did not get anybody, but for one person that bought the second time, it covered all that ad spend I did. Yeah. So it's very important. I'm just buttressing it that nothing is lost. Even if you did not get people, you have data. It's just to keep reading the data and kind of understanding that.
Now, may I tell you that when Nigerian, joined Expert2Coach, she had no idea about what she could coach about. She was just a real estate person in Canada. It was Expert2Coach that gave her the clarity of where her demonstrated excellence is and how she could turn it to digital products. And now it has become a business for her where she generates income and help people in return. This is Ngozi.
Hello, everyone.
Ngozi, as you can see, is a senior. Like I say.
2-3 days, I must say, I've been looking for how to turn my free trainings and teachings into coaching classes that can, like an upgrade. Yeah, one can still give free things, but sometimes, when you give free things, people don't really appreciate it. So I've been looking for how, and I didn't know, but with these 3 days, I can say that it's been mind blowing, it's been amazing, giving me some direction. And, when I saw your advert, I had just finished a 3 hours prayer asking God that, please, I just want another level. I wanted another day. I was like, God, I need, there's something in the air that I can't speak, that I know there's the next level for me in this my coaching and training and all these free things I did. So as I finished praying incidentally and I went to Facebook, the first thing that I saw was your video advert. I have been seeing a lot of that, and I was just scroll past. I'm like, these people, this one's a game. And the day before I had actually sent, because I'm on holiday, we usually take like 3-4 months holiday. So I'm on holiday, I won't go back to Nigeria until about August. So there was one of the trainings I clicked on and it was charging me.
Now, not to take your time. This is the same Ngozi.
Hello, Coach.
After Expert2Coach.
Oh, wow. I must just say that, sometimes, some days I really blessed in one's life. So I want to bless the day I ran into you on Facebook.
Thank you.
It's just been on my toes since then. I've coached people for years, spiritually, wise, health-wise, for free for decades. And initially it was very difficult for me to say, oh, I'm going to charge anyone, to coach anyone on anything. But those 3 days of Expert2Coach gave me reason to, do so. And I thank God from the second day, when you said you should give a trial, when you said that after the Expert2Coach, one will be able to get like 10 clients that are okay, I just gave it a trial. And for real, I got like 40 people that paid in 2 days. And I'm like, wow, 40 people paid in less than 3 days. And I ran that during the Expert2Coach as a trial.
So everything that you need to start, you will get it. And put out what I call your MVP. That's your minimum viable product. So that you will even see this thing that you're trying to do. Is there a market for it? Where all of those testimonials came from, I can give you more and more and more. This is Dr. Wright from Ghana, and more and more. Expert2Coach 3 days is proven. Several people have gotten results after executing. with me right there on the call. This is Easy. The same story. Easy got results the Monday after Expert2Coach was when she got her first sales. And since then, she has gotten several. In fact, she now runs a thriving coaching business. This is her page on social media. So on day one, you will get clarity. Day two, you will create your offer. Day three, you will understand the system to get your first 10 clients. Now, we have Expert2Coach on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Tuesday and Thursday is for you to execute and for me to review what you are doing. So after we have executed in class on Monday, for example, I will now give you an assignment. So you will take that assignment, do it, and submit. When you submit, I will now review it for you. That's what I dedicate my Tuesdays and Thursdays to during Expert2Coach week. I will review for everybody that submits. So you get my review so that you know whether you're on the right track or not on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we will create your offers and all. And then I'll give you an assignment. You will do it and you will submit. And on Thursday, I will sit with it and I will review for every person. Now, because of the very, practical nature of Expert2Coach, where I have to put in a lot of time, and because I am very, very particular about excellence, I cannot take too many people into Expert2Coach. I have a number that I always cap it at every month. And when I reach that number, I will close registrations. This is the offer for Expert2Coach. I have made it very easy for everybody here, as long as you know that you need Expert2Coach. There's no reason why you will not find yourself in any of this package that we have on the screen. Let me quickly take you through it. The first one is the standard access. This is not an option you should consider if you can be on VIP or Platinum. But if you are here and you are very hard on cash and you would really need to be part of this, put yourself in standard, because you will still get all the full value of Expert2Coach. You will, however, not be able to ask questions because you will not be on Zoom. You will watch on YouTube while it's still live. But again, for the class to be very practical, because the Expert2Coach, unlike today, where I was just taking you through, I pause and then I do reviews from exercise. As we move from exercise to exercise, I do more reviews. So Expert2Coach classes are more practical than what we had today. I can do that only for a limited number of people. But if you know you cannot find yourself in VIP, please get yourself into standard. I've had people that do standard and get good results out of it. So don't cheat yourself out of the knowledge you can get because you think, oh, because I cannot afford VIP or Platinum, I will not do it, please. So standard, live sessions on YouTube, you will get your workbooks, the 3 workbooks that we will use in Expert2Coach. You will get 7 days replay access to Expert2Coach. You will also be able to ask basic question and answer via the community WhatsApp group. Now, I've created several GPT tools, customized GPT tools that will make this faster. In fact, I didn't say it before, day 2 of Expert2Coach is where I also teach you how to use artificial intelligence so that what you would normally do for 1 month, 2 months, you can do it. You can compress it and do that work in under 1 hour. So on day 2 of Expert2Coach, we are fully using artificial intelligence to do everything we will need. Now, plus that, I have created customized GPT tools. And there are at least 3 that we will use during Expert2Coach challenge. If you are in standard, you will get access to 1 of those GPT tools. You can also get accountability partners. So we give you access to send messages into the group and ask other people that would want to work with you so that you can all keep yourself accountable, because accountability is important when you're trying to do something new. Now, VIP access is you get everything in standard, of course, and then you get live sessions on Zoom. You attend your live sessions on Zoom. You get 6 months access to replay. You will get 3 GPT tools, and you get live question and answer during sessions on Zoom. And the most important part of VIP is the Tuesday reviews and the Thursday reviews is for VIP and Platinum. If you are on VIP or Platinum, so the people that get the one-on-one review that I do on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you must be in VIP or Platinum to get that review. Now, Platinum access is after Expert2Coach. We'll now pick a date that I put a poll in the group, and we pick a date suitable for everybody, and we're going to have a party. Everybody will always ask, what kind of party? Well, I call it party, but really what I do is I now do an extra one-on-one for each person on that group call for Platinum. So I want to see everything that you've done in Expert2Coach, and then I help you analyze your next steps so that you don't have any reason not to start executing. So I'm giving you everything that you need to execute and start. And age is not a problem. Can you see? Even if you are 70 years old, dear, I tell you, I've had students start. Even me, I wonder, this person that I'm looking at, even though the person did not, I would say, this person must be like 75 years. And they are doing things. I don't know, tech is not a problem. Yes, if you are in red, Rachel, join. Join if you are in red, Rachel. As long as you were able to identify that you have passion and skill, every other thing, we will do it on day one of Expert2Coach. So pick where you belong, take action, and I have bonuses for those that make their payments tonight. When you make your payment tonight, well, it's night in my time zone. For some of you, it may be afternoon. For some of you, it may be morning. Just make your payment before your day ends. When you make your payment right now or before your day ends, you get exclusive bonus 1. So, Rachel, this bonus is for if you say, oh, I don't know my niche, so I cannot start. I'll give you a GPT tool. I call it my Million Naira Niche Finder. Million Naira Niche Finder AI tool. Just take yourself through that tool. It's a customized GPT. It will just be asking you questions and you'll be answering the question. If it asks you another question, you will answer. If it asks you a question, you will answer. By the time you are done with that process, you will have your niche. I specifically created these bonuses to solve specific problems that I know some people here may still have. Yes, Mo Daniel. Again, this particular bonus will help you to identify that. Now, I don't have authority. No one will listen to me. So you think you've not found your evidence and your credibility. There is a method you can use to create that within 90 days. I call it my 90 days credibility system. Join and get this bonus so that you will see how you can create your evidence and credibility. Things you can put in place, systems you can start executing to ensure that you have this credibility system built and you can start collecting it. Now, exclusive bonus 3. I don't have tech or design skills to promote myself. Even me, that I have an agency of over 20 staff members, and I have a whole graphic design department. Those guys, they don't have my time because they are too busy. at the agency. If you saw my heart and it is a graphics that you saw that brought you into this class, I used ChatGPT to create those graphics in seconds. I used ChatGPT and they brought in leads for me. So, I don't have tech skills. I will not have to start. I don't know how to start. I will start. I will give you my template that I used to create very realistic flyers that you can use to start promoting yourself immediately. You will also get that if you pay today. If you make your payment today, you would also. And your bonus 4 that you get is, Coach, you don't know how chronic my procrastination is. I procrastinate a lot, though. I'm not sure you can help me with all this, your execution. After Expert2Coach, I now say, okay, because you may leave this after Expert2Coach, I am also giving you an action plan where for 30 days, what you're supposed to do every day is in that document. All you need to do is just go into that document and say, what should I do today to move myself forward? You do it. You go to the next day. What exactly am I supposed to do today? You do it. With all of this, all you need to do is tell yourself that no matter how difficult I may find this, I will do. The key word is do. Because when you do, you get results. Again, these are the options. $55 for access, for standard access, $99 for VIP access, and $150 for platinum access. Find yourself in one of these. Find yourself in one of these. Now, let me answer questions. Because I believe I've been saying questions. So my team member have been dropping the links. You have the link in the group. You also have the link on this chat. So guys, please drop the link more so that people can see it. So secure your spot now if you want to do more with me in Expert2Coach. So Rachel, I've answered you. Olakunle, when is the training? So the training is, let me be sure I got it right. Yes, training starts 2nd of March. 2nd of March, we will be 2nd to 6th of March. So we start 2nd to 6th of March. Olakunle, I hope you got that, 2nd to 6th of March. Dr. Michael, that was my question answered before my day end in Texas. Yes, before your day ends in Texas. That's fine. Mo Daniel says, what if I struggle to identify? I have answered that. Rachel, so when I join, will I get the bonus before I go through the lessons? Yes. So when you join now, you get the bonuses before we start by March 2nd. You'll get the bonuses before we start. And I also advise you to also go through the replay. Blueprint, when is the classes starting? So 7 p.m. Nigerian time, 7 p.m. what? Just like we did today. 7 p.m. what? And March 2nd. Now, for those that will have a question, what if I'm at work? 7 p.m. what? In my time zone, I'll be at work. I don't think that is a problem. You know why? Because I've had people attend Expert2Coach where even though they are not able to attend live, due to the fact that I have spaces in between the days of Expert2Coach, people have time in their own time zone to sit with the replay, execute and do exactly as I do in class, and then submit the assignment for the next day for me to review it. And I have people, so if you only saw a few testimonials here today, the link being sent, for example, when you get to the page, one of the first testimonials that you will see is of somebody that could not attend the classes at all, was watching the replay and executing. And on her first launch, she did $6,000 in sales. So the most important thing is that you do, as long as you can create the time to do within that period so that you can submit the assignment and I can review it for you, you're good. You're good. So any other question? Good. We'll send the replay to you via email and WhatsApp. Each day, 7 p.m. what? 3 hours. So it's usually 7 p.m. what to 10 p.m. what? 3 hours. Is it all categories that will have access to the bonuses? Yes. All categories will have access to the bonuses. All categories. All categories will have access to the bonuses. Anita, good to work with you. Thank you, Hall. Thank you, Hall. Thank you, Hall. Now, any other question that I can answer before we call it a day? I know our time is fast spent. Any other question that I can answer before we call it a day? Any other question? If you know that it is time for you to go to the next level, you just need this knowledge. You know that you really want to do this and you want to set a solid foundation for yourself. My advice to you is to find yourself in one of the levels, work with me for 1 week and establish your foundation. Work with me for 1 week and establish your foundation. So on day 3 of Expert2Coach, I talk about funnels, BOW. On day 3 of Expert2Coach, I talk about funnels. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Michael. I surprised you, really. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that. You know, a lot of people say that. I'm really glad that you got value, for your time here. Because time is money. Time is money, and I, truly understand that. Yes. Thank you, BOY. Any other question before we call it a day? Please use the link in the group. An email will also be sent. You also have the link in the chat here for you to pick your spot. Now, if you are here and you don't have the time, maybe you don't have the cash yet to make your commitment, and you don't want to miss this bonus, we have a link for commitment. You can ask for it. You can make a commitment of $20, of just $20, but you pay up before March 2nd. You pay up before March 2nd. You can, ask my team for that commitment, or John, please, you can drop the commitment link in the chat. Make that commitment so that you can get access to the bonuses, and then you pay up before 2nd of March, pay up by 1st of March, so that you can fully be part of the class. This is just so that everybody gets the full value of Expert2Coach. Thank you, Chinasa. All right, guys. We are rounding up the class right now. The bonus, there are four bonuses. Like I went through them. The first one is a GPT tool. The second one is an ebook that takes you through the 90-day credibility system. The third one is a prompt template that will help you create your, flyers that you can use to start doing your promotions. And the fourth one is an action plan, a 30-days action plan that you can use after Expert2Coach. I hope that's, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. Yes, you want to make the commitment. John, please. John, you're here. Toby, are you here? Please drop the commitment link. Please drop the commitment link so that those that want to make commitment can also make the commitment. Thank you, guys. If there are no other questions, there are no other questions. I will see you all in Expert2Coach. Bye. Bye-bye, everyone.